Hi guys, my name's Joe Patterson. Thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel. Let's talk real quick about spiritual warfare, warring in the spirit, learning how to do this together in Christ. If you are married, especially you who are married, living with a spouse, maybe to you wife or to you husband, it's wonderful if you have both husband and wife believing. And that is also know that seems to be more rare than not. So a lot of times you have a spouse, the wife or the husband, one who is more of the believing, and then the other is unbelieving, meaning that they're not following Christ. They don't even claim to follow Christ. They don't claim to call him king. They may say they believe. They may call themselves a Christian, but they're not a follower of Christ. So when you have that situation, it is different. But for those of you that have spouses in agreement, in agreeing that we want to follow Christ, we want to learn his ways and learn to obey, then I want to share this with you. When you have a moment in your life like we do, at times we'll have moments where I may take great offense, or my wife might take great offense over something that was said, or something that's coming up, something that's going to be doing. Maybe someone's hurt her feelings in the family, and I may try to encourage her, or she may try to encourage me to not be bothered, and yet it is bothersome, and next thing you know, it promotes a argument that turns into harsh words. Once that happens, here's the problem that most people, I'll say for sure, you can experience. This is my experience with most people, and myself included. When it comes time to simply shut the conversation down, when you can see that it ain't going nowhere but bad, it just keeps getting worse. Instead of stopping and stopping the conversation because you have the wisdom, because God's giving you the wisdom to see this isn't working. So instead of turning the other direction and going this, where you humble yourself, let your heart become soft, and you go to the person, even if it's not your fault. You hear that? Even if it's not your fault. You go to the person and you ask them to forgive you. Say, I made a mistake. Please forgive me. I don't want to promote arguing. I'm so sorry that I brought this up. I shouldn't have even brought it up. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that whatever I said has brought harm. Please forgive me. Okay? Now, that's warfare. You're going to win that way, because what will happen, you shut it down. You don't keep going on and on and on, but you simply get that out there. Let people know, the person know that's offended with you, that you've hurt, that they're hurt. Whether you did it or not is irrelevant. You have to obey the Lord. A gentle word, God says, can break a bone. That is a proverb. You can read that in the Proverbs. A gentle word can break a bone. You don't keep adding to the fire with words that are not fitting in an argument. The argument is always going to try to promote insult or accusation. Someone's always accusing someone of something. Accusing you of not ever helping, accusing you of not, and when you know, all of that does, oh my gosh, does it stir a great heaping temptation to argue and fight. So as a child of God, one of us, and this my wife and I both would agree, one of us needs to take the road that leads to life. One of us needs to at that point. Otherwise, we're both going to fall into a ditch. Because we just absolutely, when you just have such a desire within you to return that wrong for wrong, when someone slanders you or speaks a lie about you or says some kind of hurtful thing, accuses you of never doing this, you never do that, you think you're holier than everyone, you think you're the greatest, you think you're the best, and boy, them shots just keep coming. And if you don't have the armor of God on, I know, because I've recently done that, and if you don't raise the shield of faith, you're going to get struck in the heart with all those fiery darts. When you do, like me, you want to return that wrong for wrong. And now you bring up what you've been holding in, what little wrong you've been keeping record of. Here it comes. Boom, boom, boom. So love is certainly at this point not being acted upon. Right now, when things like that happen, you are working in Satan's playground that are using the tools of hell by returning insult for insult and retaliating wrong for wrong. You hit me with that hard word, I'll hit you with this hard word. Anyway, we've all done it. The best way to overcome again is always to submit to God. Resist the devil and he will flee. How do I submit to God? Through humility. Go to the person, end the conversation. Say, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I have brought trouble down upon us. Please forgive me for speaking to you in a way that made you angry. Please forgive me. And the person may say, well, okay, I'm glad you see that. And you got to learn, maybe you weren't wrong. Maybe you didn't do anything wrong. It don't matter. At that point, if you say anything to justify, you're going to start it again. So all you can say is, I know it. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. That's all you can do. Promote peace. Go for peace as far as it depends on you. Trust God. He knows the truth. He knows what really happened. If he sees you suffer for his sake, he will bless you for it. He knows you could respond. He knows you could retaliate. He knows that you didn't do what someone just accused you of. What he wants to know is, will you trust him? Will you let him take care of it? Will you submit to God and resist the devil? What does the devil want you to do? He wants you to come back with a wicked fist. Swing that fist, knock them out of the park. Let them know how awful they've been. Let them know how they never do anything for you. They never even want to talk to you. There's no communication. You're not doing anything. I'm doing everything. And that's what he wants. That's the devil. So you submit to God through humility and long-suffering, perseverance, self-control, self-discipline, gentleness, kindness, love, patience, hope, all of it. That's how you do it. And you resist those evil things that Satan brings at opportune times. Anyway, I hope you can hear it. These are just tidbits that I'm sharing with you of my own life. I believe me, I struggle putting that into practice. And how come? Because of pride and stubbornness. Ooh, pride and stubbornness. Can you admit that you got some pride about you? Some stubborn? I certainly can admit it to you, that I have some pride and stubbornness still lingering. I long for it to be utterly destroyed. But until it is, I'm going to fight the good fight of faith. And I'm going to submit to God and resist the devil. Until I've mastered it, mastered love, where I can walk in love and no longer take offense, no longer be all upset over absolutely nothing that was worth 1 ounce of upsetness. So anyway, thank you so much. If you're a person that shares life with me, thank you for helping. Thanks for putting up with me. And let's work together. In Christ, we can do this together. Thank you.